All right, all right. Welcome once again. It's your man Eric Davis with Let's Chop It Up. We are here this August the 28th, Thursday, in this wonderful month of August. Everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everybody for uh, supporting, encouraging, sending out words of encouragement. I appreciate everybody for listening. Listen, man, if you're watching, click like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, we greatly appreciate you. For everybody coming in on tonight, man, we're gonna come on tonight, and we just gonna won't be too long, but we want to be necessary. We want to make sure that we are encouraging and uplifting. All right. So, man, I appreciate everybody coming on. Click like, share, subscribe. Couldn't do it without you. And just for tonight, man, we want to talk a little bit about do you see the value in you? All right. I know they may be a little, uh, how do we put it? Uh, Soft, if you can say, do you see the value? Do you support you? Are you, the question I have, are you proud of the person you are? Are you proud of the person that you are? So I put my phone on silent. I apologize for that. So are you proud of the person you have become? Do you see the value in you? All right. I know we like to see value in everything in us. And listen, that's not being uh, egotistical or boastful or what's the word I'm looking for? That's just pretty much understanding and celebrating who you are, all right, and not being arrogant. That's the word I'm looking for. You're not arrogant about who you are and what you've done, the things you accomplished, but you see the value in who you are, all right. You see the importance of who you are, the person you have become, the person of who you were, all right, that you made it to this point from where you were, all right. You're like some of us who went through some things that other folk might have died in, might have gone crazy in. So we see the value in everything we got going on. So we got to really understand and appreciate. And man, this is all about appreciating who you are as a man, who you are as a father, as a husband, as a friend, a partner. We just don't want to limit it. So we want you to appreciate who you are, value who you are. All right, be confident in who you are. First of all, love and understand who you are. And that understanding who you are comes on a daily basis, man. It's day after day because we are growing every day. We're not the same person we were 20, 30 years ago. All right, if you're like me, you reach that certain age and that milestone, you're not the same person you were in your 20s. You've evolved, you've married, you've had children. Even if you hadn't got married, you've had children, or you've been in different relationships. You may have been in the same relationship for 20, 30 years, but you still evolved and you still have to appreciate who you are, all right? And having someone else appreciate who you are helps along the way. It's not like a little ego boost from the person you love the most. So just understanding, who you are and valuing who you are, because we can get into some real um, conversation about the person we become versus the person we used to be, and are you proud of the person that you have become? I know that's a kind of a touchy subject to say, because I know a lot of, you're like me, you're your biggest critic. All right, you're always uh, saying what you could have done better, what you could do better, what you should have done better, or are you doing enough? So that's one of my things. And a lot of times it takes someone else to let you know that you're doing enough, you're doing okay, all right, you're doing everything we need you to do. Take some of the pressure off yourself. All right. I know my wife and I we were riding. Had a wonderful week last week. We were out of town and we were riding, and we were just talking. I made a joke to her about telling people how good I am to her, and she said, "You are really really good to me," and they know how good you are to me because I say it. And it really, I had to really just, I got quiet for a minute because in that joking manner, I appreciated the fact of what she said. And I wasn't being arrogant, being boastful. I was joking and kidding, but I appreciate what you said. And I had to sit back and think. I put a lot on myself. And brothers, I'm sure you can say to yourself, you put a lot on yourself, on your plate. All right. And a lot of times we never sit back and just do a self-examination, or we never sit back and do an inventory of our accomplishments, what we've done, not to be braggadocious or boastful. It's just to do a self-reflect. I think everybody needs to do a self-reflection where you sit back and you say, okay, let me check this out. Let me see through the years, I've gone from this stage to this stage. I've had this disappointment, that disappointment. Listen, it's okay to take a L. We said that earlier. It's okay to take a L. I think we said it in the last post or the last live. It's okay to take a L. The L's are going to prepare you to the wins. So it's okay to take a L. It's all right. We talk about, a group of brothers and we talk about at times, the things that we've grown through, the things that we've gone through, and I'm appreciative of what I've gone through and what I've grown through, all right, because it's made me a better person. It's honestly made me reflect more, think more, get out of my own way a lot of times, because a lot of times we can get in our own way, and a lot of times situations aren't for us to figure out. They're for us to learn from. We may get the light. The light may come on later on down the road, or a day or two after that, once you thought about it. I had a situation. I was looking at doing something this morning, and I thought it was going to be beneficial. So I sat down, I was on my phone, and it didn't go like I wanted it to go, like I thought it was going to go. And so on my way to work this morning, the light bulb came on. You already got what you need. So work what you got and don't create another situation. All right. Don't create another situation. Work with what you already got and it'll suffice. That's growth, man. Because normally I'd have pulled the trigger on something, created another situation, all right, and had to work through that situation, on down the line. So it's a lot of times it's how do we see ourselves? Do we value ourselves? And I had to learn to value who I am and not put that pressure on myself, not create a situation where I'm allowing something to dictate who I am and how I react and how I do things, which may cause more stress, more drama. And so we just got to make sure that we're mindful of the fact, all right, mindful of the fact that it's okay to be who you are. Listen, you living, you breathing, all right. You've taken care of folk, you love folk, you've been faithful in everything that you've gone out to do. Everything did not work, but you attempted to do what you knew best to do. You're the best version of you that you can be at this point in time in your life. So value who you are. All right, fellas, value who you are. Don't let it. Listen, it's not about being arrogant. It's not about being boastful. It's about valuing the person that you are. All right. I say this. I love me some me. All right. I love me some me. So I'm going to value who I am. I'm not going to be arrogant about it. I'm not going to be boastful about it, but I'm going to value who I am. I'm going to value the person that God has created me to be. All right. And it's okay. I may not be as successful as others. I may not have as others have, but I value who I am and I know my worth. All right. I know my worth. I ain't out here putting on no fronts. I ain't out here talking out the side of my neck, trying to make I'm like I'm more than something, more than who I am. All right. I'm just E. I'm Eric. All right. And that's who I am. And I portray to be no one else but me. All right. And so I think a lot of times when you don't value yourself, you don't understand who you are. How can you understand who you are when you don't value the person that you are? And then if you don't value yourself, why don't you value yourself? Then we need to, that's a whole nother conversation. And we can chop it up about that. Why don't you value yourself? Why don't you take stock in who you are, the person you've become, the growth that you've made, if you've made the growth? Now, if you're at a certain age and you hadn't seen any growth, then we need to talk about that as well. All right. What is it that's stunting your growth? All right. What is it that's prohibiting you from becoming the person that you strive to be? Listen, we all strive. We striving daily to be better, striving daily to better, to be better, to do better, all right, to think better. All right. So we need to make sure that we're being open, that we're being that we adhere to who we are. And listen, it's okay to be comfortable in your own skin. All right. It's okay to be comfortable in who you are, because if you're not comfortable with you, how can I be comfortable with you? Because you're selling yourself short, brothers, and that's what we don't need to do. Listen, we can't be inferior to other people. We just can't. All right, you can't be inferior to someone else. All right, you're the person who God has made you to be. All right, He's made you to be that person. Take stock in it. All right, we got a lot of things going on in our lives. We got a lot of mental. We allowed it, we would stress out and stroke out. But you got to take time. It's okay sometimes to sit back, relax, take a minute, no noise, silence, and just think about who you are, what you've done, the person that you are, the things that God has allowed you to be a part of, the things He's allowed you to accomplish, and understand it's okay to be proud of the person that you've become. That's it. Listen, we have a lot of us have had children, raised children, uh, have raised children with others within different houses. You haven't been in the same household, so you've been co-parenting. That's the word. All right. So, and if you're doing the best you can do, and you're doing all you know to do, then be secure in that and be proud of who you are. All right. And as we grow in these things, we should effect some change as we grow. You know, our significant others and our children, our wives, spouses, whoever, however you want to put it, should see growth in us. You should see the growth in the people around you. All right. If you value who you are, then you'll value those that are around you. All right. You'll take stock in those that are around you, because a lot of times when you start to value who you are, your circle's going to change. All right. Because if you don't value who you are, then those in that circle may not value who you are. And so as you start to take stock in who you are, value who you are, be confident in who you are, your conversation will change, your thinking will change. And that will cause some people and rub some people the wrong way, because they're used to seeing you in another light. And some people can't understand change. All right. They don't want to see you grow. Everybody that's with you is not always for you. And that comes in growth. All right. That comes in maturity. That comes in uh, understanding that everybody that's with you is not meant to stay with you. All right. So you got to be mindful of that as you grow. And you wonder why people are leaving and going this way and that way, and everybody's not with you, because a lot of people are just with you for a season. All right. Excuse me. I still a little bit. But everyone is not meant to be with you for forever. All right. So we got to take stock in the fact that we as individuals, brothers, we as individuals now, you got to be able to compartmentalize, a big word, compartmentalize, all right, everything that's going on around you. And a lot of times it takes a minute for you to sit back, relax, regroup. And I can't stress that enough. You see, I'm in my spot. All right. This is pretty much where I chill out a lot of the time when I get home, and most of on the weekends. When I get home and I'm chilling, I've done everything. Y'all working on stuff. I get in, I get up here, I chill out, I relax, and it's me time. All right. So that's for me. That's how I break down. My desk is up here. I study if I need to study. I'm chilling out, watching TV, watching movies, whatever. And so I'm getting ready for college football coming up this weekend. So I'm preparing for that. And, being valuing who I am, my wife values me so much that every opening day, she don't bother me. College football. I'm a college football freak. All right. So I love college football. And so she lets me have that day, and I'll watch from game day till the last game that night. So, but that's just me now. That's how I release and relax and enjoy. But we just want to make sure, fellas, that we have a safe space, all right, to value who we are, have a safe space to understand that we're still growing, and make sure that you take the time to celebrate you. Listen, if you can't celebrate you at certain times, you can't expect anyone else to celebrate you. All right. Take the small wins. I think we talked about that before. Let's take the small wins. All right. We're going to take the losses. If we live in, we're going to take the losses. Take the wins for what they are. They don't have to be gigantic. They don't have to be mountains. Take the small wins and encourage yourself. That one small win will lift your confidence, will lift your ego, will lift your personality, will lift everything inside of it. It'll make you feel better. All right. When you accomplish something, whether it's paying something off, going on a trip, paying your car off, whatever it is that drives you, that speaks to your spirit, you need to make sure that you're appreciating and accepting the small things, all right, that really make a difference. Because a lot of times we overlook the small things, and we put so much weight on what we have and what we don't have, rather, and the things that are causing us to beat our heads up against the wall, that's stressing us out, that's causing us to be up at night, that causes us to be awake at night. Listen, I promise you, if you put that thing in God's hands and you pray about it, I'm not trying to preach, but if you put it in God's hands and you pray about it, let him have it. Don't worry about everything else. Do what you're supposed to do. All right. Be strategic in what you do. All right. Your partner, your wife, spouse, whoever, be strategic in what you're going to do. All right. Put it in his hands and leave it. And I promise you it'll work out on your behalf. Now, it may not come in the time frame that you think it's going to come, but it'll work out on your behalf. Listen, I'm all about making sure that my mental and my emotional, my spiritual are good. And I'm working on my physical. I fluctuate. I'm picking up, I lose, I pick up, I lose. So I'm working at that physical. I'm working on that physical. All right. But I really try to make sure that my emotional, spiritual, are together. All right. Are together, and we're making sure that we're stress free. I can't stress enough how important it is for us to value ourselves enough that we not stress. Fellas, stress can lead to heart attacks, all kinds of things. And we want to live as long as we possibly can. All right. I don't want to leave here before my time, and I want to leave empty. I want everything that has been put in me. I want to push it out. I want to leave it here on the earth, and I don't want to take anything with me when I leave. All right. So that's just something that we wanted to get off our chest, wanted to get out, man, and hope you all appreciate the things that we got going on, that you have going on, that you really, really, really can take note in. I think we talked about last by celebrate the achievements, no matter how small they may be. All right. Listen, something I heard: proper preparation prevents poor performance. Woohoo, God. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Let me say that again. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I got to give Ray Lewis a shout out for that one. And that blessed me when he said that. All right. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So we got to prepare to be great. All right. Prepare to be outstanding. Prepare to be awesome. Prepare to be the best version of you. All right. That you can possibly be. All right. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Ooh, that's monster. That's a monster. All right. So I want us to make sure that we're preparing to be great. All right. We're preparing to be the best person we can be. It's all about encouraging, uplifting. All right. Making sure we real men, real conversations, and we getting these real results, man. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting results from me just by going through this and speaking on this and putting it out there. This is what I was meant to do. All right. And so cats caught me at the job, and guys that have watched and said, man, we watched, I followed you, I appreciate it. We're gonna come to the live, and man, oh my God, the lives are just They off the chain. All right, we get so much. What's the word I'm looking for? We get so much encouragement from each other in the lives that when we're live and in person, it's just a blessing, man. We chop it up, man, and we always have a good time. We make sure we break bread afterwards. All right. But we also encourage one another, man. We support one another, we uplift one another, and it is a safe space. All right. It's a judgment-free zone. Nothing, we talk about we have brothers that have cried, we pray, we encourage one another because that's what we need in this day and time. You never know. We had a brother pass away about a month ago at my job, 50 years old, just turned 50 or 51. And it was a surprise. And so we got everybody together and we prayed. And the Lord allowed me to say, listen, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves because you never know when your time is coming. I'm not on here to talk about death and all that, but we got to make sure that we leave here empty. All right. Do everything that we want to do. All right. Be good to people. Something my mother told me, she said, treat people the way you want to be treated. I raise my children that way. I live by that. I stand by that. Treat people the way you want to be treated. All right. And I promise you it'll work out on your behalf. So, man, just wanted to come on tonight. All right. Just wanted to come on tonight and real quick, real brief, we're going to be long. Just wanted to chop it up with you. Do you see the value in you? Appreciate who you are. Man, appreciate who you are. You made it to this point. You might have struggled. You might have gone through. You might have had some failures. You might have failed. You got back up. You dusted yourself off. You fell again. You got back up. You dusted yourself off. It does not matter. All right. No judgment zone. You made it to this point. You made it to this avenue, to this place, this destination in your life. Appreciate that you made it through and you didn't die in the stuff that you lived through. All right. Because what you go through is to help somebody else come through what they're going through. All right. So we want to make sure, man, that we are being an encouragement to others because people are watching you. You don't even know it. Guys speak to me, know my name. I don't know who they are. I speak, and a lot of times I introduce myself. Hey, what's your name? Just want to make sure that some people are speaking your name in circles and conversations you don't even know. All right. And I've had that happen to me. I personally didn't know the person, but somebody else spoke of me in a conversation, and it led me to speak to them and encourage them. And that's just how it goes. All right. When you treat people the way you want to be treated. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Do you see the value in you? Be proud of the person you have become. Be proud of who you are. All right. Don't settle for anything less than your best. That's a dime for the night. Don't settle for anything less than your best. Excuse me. All right. And we want to make sure that we are properly, all right, properly preparing to prevent poor performance. Let me say it again for the night. Proper preparation is going to prevent poor performance. So I need you to prepare to be great. All right. Have an outstanding night. Have an outstanding weekend. Have an outstanding Labor Day. Listen, you get a 3-day weekend. Enjoy yourself. Don't eat too much. Fire the grill up. Fellas, let's fire the grill up. Let's put some on there. I may even listen. I got something going on next week. I may even go live when we out here and we barbecuing it up. All right. So you can see what we're working with over here. All right. We do a little something. So I want to make sure that you guys are doing everything you know to do to be healthy, well, and the best version of yourself. It's your man, Eric Davis. Let's chop it up. Real man, real conversation. We getting real results. Till the next time, don't forget we got a live coming up. All right. The flyer's already out. We're going to be at Cameron, Dove Road. We're going to chop it up. Look to see you in the place. I appreciate everybody coming on tonight, man. Have an outstanding weekend. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. Have a great day tomorrow. A fantastic Friday. God bless you. Have an enjoyable night. And we'll chop up with you soon. Don't forget, real men, real conversations, and we getting these real results. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.